Hi again and welcome here to UCFathletics.com as it's your source for all women's basketball as it's that time again of the year. Conference USA basketball about to begin as we are with head coach Joy Williams as it's Coach's Corner right here on UCFathletics.com. As season greetings, Coach. Happy New Year to you.
Same to you.
As UCF getting set to kick off the conference schedule, Coach. A year ago, such an incredible run, Conference USA champions, as I know your ladies very anxious to get back there into league play and really kind of leave off or come back from where we left off from a season ago.
Yeah, well, we're very excited, Scott. You know, non-conference-wise, we haven't been as consistent as we'd like to be, but, you know, the slate is clean now. We got a brand new start, and we're excited about making this trip to West Virginia, also, although not excited about the snow, but excited about getting conference play underway and really looking toward a successful conference season.
Coach mentioned snow. It seems like it may be snowing here in Orlando, unseasonably cold weather. But, Coach, before we get out there and take a look at both Marshall as well as East Carolina, I know it was a special time just a couple days ago as we unleashed that banner into the UCF arena. Conference USA champions, as I know as a coach, you were extremely pleased with the effort from a year ago as well as the accomplishments of this basketball club.
Well, we were very proud, and I think, you know, anytime you can relive that, you know, brought back some great memories. You know, we talk about it and talk about how hard we worked to get that, and really want to see those banners go up and be unveiled. It was a very special feeling, and to know that we're the first team to do that will always be special. Will always be part of the history books, and that means a lot.
Now, Coach, I remember at the beginning of this season, your ladies didn't want to necessarily say, we're going to go and defend our title, because 2009 and 10 are brand new years. What do they mean by that?
Yeah, well, you know, people talk about defending champions, and the championship is great. It's over, and nobody's going to give us any bonus points for winning the championship last year. If anything, it's going to be tougher now. You know, we've got sort of a target on our back, and I think now we've earned a little bit more respect, but we still have to play with that chip on our shoulder and make sure that we're not a one-hit wonder and one and done. We'd like to be in contention every single season, and it starts on Friday.
Coach, over the past non-conference games, the 9 games we played, 3 of those teams were top 25 opponents. We had 2 there in the top 10, and I know that you like to get your ladies battle-tested before conference play.
Yeah, well, we did. We played some very tough opponents. You know, played Alabama from the SEC, and then we had Florida State in, you know, ACC, Washington representing the Pac-10, and then out of the Big East, a very, very good Notre Dame team who we struggled with. But, you know, I think we learned a lot. Even though Notre Dame beat us pretty badly, there was a lot that we could learn from that game, and I think that really kind of opened our eyes. And when we came back to practice after that game, you know, we had a different sort of focus.
Coach, a year later, your ladies now going here to Conference USA play as we get it started this weekend as a 2-game road swing, as we'll start off up there in Huntington, West Virginia, as we take on the Thundering Herd, a team, Coach, we saw obviously twice last year and able to get 2 victories against them. But what do you know there about Royce Chadwick, which he likes to get out of his basketball club?
Well, Marshall's a team, you know, they are coming into the game 0-1 in conference play, and this is their first home game. They're going to be excited to play at home, and we just have so much respect for, you know, Coach Chadwick and his program. They've been very successful. You know, when you think about Marshall, you think about Crook and Handy. They've added another player, Misty Dale, who's really playing very well, and they've got some good perimeter players. So they're going to be tough. You know, one thing that stuck out to me in the first game they played was 19 offensive rebounds. Is that we've got to rebound with them, and we've got to be able to defend. So it's going to be a tough matchup. They've got a lot of size, and we're going to have to counter that.
Yeah, you mentioned that size, Nikki Crook. We did a pretty good job against her from a year ago, but this is a team, Marshall as well as East Carolina, both those teams really excel at least rebounding the basketball thus far this season.
Yeah, they do an excellent job of rebounding the ball, and you've got to block them off the boards. I mean, you've got to remove space, put bodies on them, and not let them get second chance points. And so that's going to be a big focus for us.
That'll be the first matchup come Friday evening, 7 o'clock affairs. You can hear that right here on UCFathletics.com as well, Coach, as now on the radios for the first time ever, UCF women's basketball being broadcast here locally in Orlando on both 1080 as well as 1190 in Orlando, both there on the AM frequency. But I guess before we take a look there at East Carolina, Coach, I know that's exciting times to get that basketball flavor out there on the internet as well as in the radio locally here.
Well, it means a lot. You know, it means a lot that our administration is supporting that, and you know, it takes a lot of effort on their part. And so we're excited that our fans will be able to hear us at home when we're not playing here. They'll be able to hear us on the radio, and that also helps us out. It helps with everything, recruiting. our games are on the radio, they can be heard. So it's great all the way around, and we're excited for it.
So that's the first game on Friday. Then comes Sunday, UCF will be taking on East Carolina, Coach. And I know we've had some battles here over the past couple of seasons, especially last year. A thriller out there in East Carolina, as ECU off to a great start so far. They're 12-2. They got the victory there against Marshall, but a team last year that had some senior leadership. They lose a pair of guards, LaCoya Terry along with Jasmine Young, but they seem to continue to get it done so far this year.
They are. They've really had kids step up. Spivey and Gay have really stepped up for them, 2 juniors and 2 of their experienced players. And, they're really playing very well. The thing about East Carolina, when you think of them, is I know Coach Baldwin-Tenner wants to play a fast-paced game. They play up-tempo, they run the ball, and even though they lost 2 very good guards, they've gained quite a few more, and they have some young players that really run the floor very well. Transition defense is going to be a big key in that game, and we've got to run with them. We've got to match that, and so we're excited about that. Like you said, last year at Menzies Coliseum, it was a thriller, if you will, but we're excited about going on the road, and we know that when you go on the road, defense and rebounding have to come with you, or it's no need to go.
And in Conference USA, Coach, East Carolina always has a nice home crowd out there to support the Pirates. So, that may be another little side factor there, as that game's at 2 o'clock come Sunday. So this opening road trip really going to test the basketball club right here off the bat, as opposed to years past where we started conference play at home.
Right, it's a little bit different, and we have started the last 2 years, our first 2 years here at home, and it's going to be good for us to get on the road and really kind of see what we've learned in non-conference and see if we can put that to use here this weekend.
Well, Coach, before we let you get out of here, let's talk a little bit about some of our personnel, some of the ongoings here over the past couple months, the non-conference portion of the schedule. I know it was a big night affair when we had the banner rolled out. The game against Notre Dame, we'd find Emma Cannon scoring her 1,000th career point. We didn't get the win per se, but at the same time, a huge accomplishment for Emma Cannon.
Yeah, well, it was big for Emma. Anytime a player can reach that milestone, it's very good, and hopefully she'll continue and have many more great games ahead. But she's worked hard. She deserves that, and I know that Emma would tell anyone that she couldn't do it without her teammates. So we're very proud of her, and hopefully there's a lot more to come.
Coach, when you took over and Emma Cannon was an incoming recruit, did you see visions of how good you maybe thought she could be, or has any of it been a slight surprise?
Not really. I mean, Emma came in, and we knew she had a lot of potential. Skill-wise, she had some things to learn, but she's been a great student so far, and she's trying to do the things that we've asked her to do, and we've seen a lot of improvement. I think the sky's the limit for her. She's definitely, there's a lot more that she can achieve, and she can be a lot better. So she's working hard every day to make that happen.
We've had 9 games under our belt, Coach. What do you like here? What don't you like going into maybe this first couple games in conference play?
Well, we as a staff, we don't like our inconsistency. We, sometimes aren't real sure about what we're going to see, and I think as any coaching staff would tell you, they'd like to see their team be consistent in both ends and play a lot more consistently so we don't get more gray hairs. But I think the one thing I like about this team is that they know what it takes. That's the great thing. They have experience. What we've got to learn how to do is start games well and finish them well. And so far we've done one or the other. And so when we put that all together, I think we can be a very good basketball team.
Yeah, a couple of those losses here in the non-conference by 3 points or less for UCF, but the Knights battle-tested once again going into Conference USA play as UCF gets set to take on CUSA opponents Marshall on Friday, and then Sunday the East Carolina Pirates, as she is head coach Joy Williams and her Knights getting set to take to the road. As good luck to your basketball club this week, Coach.
Thank you.
She's head coach Joy Williams. I'm Scott Adams. You've been watching Coach's Corner right here on UCFathletics.com.